Self-soothe in 3 steps and why it's so important. Very few people who develop cancer or fibroids or chronic fatigue syndrome or diabetes or obesity or any other health issue spend an abundance of time thinking on these elements. Nobody says, I want to be ill, I want to feel bad. There's no conscious intent, but the condition still becomes a reality. When I consider my own experience with a chronic health issue, for a long time I felt like it came out of the blue. I was just doing life and then boom. Now I understand that it didn't come out of the blue. It was born out of my unconsciousness, my lack of awareness, and deep self-care. What do I mean by a lack of awareness and deep self-care? Well, a lot of times we think we're adequately caring for ourselves because we dress nicely and adorn ourselves with jewelry and handbags, because we get manicures and pedicures and massages, because we try to eat decently and drink our water and fit in exercise where we can. We move states, upgrade our homes, upgrade our jobs and careers. We start businesses, start working on our social media presence. We take care of our kids and family to the very best of our ability and make sure they have what they need. All the things. Yet, for me, while I was doing all the things, I was suppressing a lot of emotional stuff. It was unconscious, of course. I thought I was being resilient, unbothered, handling my shit. And I guess I was, in a way. But alongside that, unbeknownst to me, I was storing present as well as years-old hurts, worries, fears, disappointments, anger, regrets, shame, and guilt in my body. I believe this is something most of us do to varying degrees, and many times it takes the onset of some medical condition for us to become even remotely aware of even the slightest possibility of a correlation between the condition and what we've been doing and or neglecting within ourselves. And this is why self-soothing is so important. It can prevent the storing of negative emotion and trauma in our bodies that eventually become unwanted weight, health conditions, and illnesses. So getting down to it, 3 steps to self-soothe. The first step, practice self-awareness. Everything starts with self-awareness. You can't change anything without being aware of it. It may seem obvious or like it goes without saying that we need to be aware of our emotional state in order to begin self-soothing, but I'm going to say it anyway. Self-awareness is what most of us lack to some degree or another. We're sort of conditioned to be always looking out and forming opinions about what's going on around us, to the point that we hardly know what's going on within us. Start tuning into you. You want to become aware of even the most subtle sense of disquiet, dis-ease within yourself. The next step, pause and name it. Many times we do sense the disquiet, even when it's subtle, and we certainly feel acute emotions like indignation or anger when it's present, but we never take a beat. We continue with work or managing the kids or eating or driving. We push it down or away. Then, when confronted with unhappy accidents and conditions, we say, it came out of nowhere. The disquiet, the negative emotion you're experiencing, keep it in the light. Take a pause and name it. Is it sadness, anger, worry, agitation? This is deep self-care, and it's leagues beyond the ritualized, trendy variation. The last step, accept and surrender. When something is bothering us, when something has happened, we tend to discuss the thing. We rant about it, we curse it, we commiserate, we curse those involved, we yell at our partners and loved ones, accuse and project. We say you did this and you did that. Because we are being expressive, we think we're expressing our feelings, but we're not truly. We're actually in a state of resistance, a state of pushing against what has happened and what it has caused us to feel, because we resent them both. And maybe we're right in our indignation and anger and our accusations against our partners and the politicians. But it doesn't make one bit of difference to the damage we do to ourselves when we don't sit with and own our feelings. When we don't silence the noise and chatter and get to the essence of the matter. When we can't be vulnerable enough to simply say and accept, I feel sad, I feel destroyed, I feel angry, I feel hurt, I feel afraid, I feel inadequate, I feel insecure, I feel powerless, I feel helpless, I feel hopeless. When you feel, you heal. John Gray. When you sit with how you feel, it brings it back to you, to your responsibility, your ownership, and your power. The only place it can be soothed and released. 99.9% of the work is done in these 3 steps. It can take days or hours or minutes. Maybe you'll feel like napping after, or writing, or meditating, or repeating an affirmation, or taking a walk, or a long bath, or diving into some work, or having a delicious meal, or watching a show, or doing absolutely nothing. Whatever you choose, you will feel lighter. You will feel relief. Recap. Self-soothing is a process of being aware of emotional unease within, honoring yourself enough to take the time to identify and name the negative emotion, and then accepting and surrendering, being present with the quiet and simple truth of how you feel in the moment. Simply, I feel. This is deep self-care, and this is how we cultivate and maintain thriving health and well-being. Another thing to keep in mind, it's so important to distinguish between I am and I feel. It may sound like semantics or mere wordplay, but I assure you it's not. I am always refers to your ultimate state of being, which is permanent, unchanging, unshifting, unwavering love and joy. Feelings are transient, fleeting, shifting from one moment, one situation or circumstance to the next. So when you say, I feel a negative emotion instead of I am a negative emotion, when you say, I feel sad instead of I am sad, you're also saying that this feeling isn't permanent. It isn't who I am. It isn't me. And this too shall pass. There's a lot going on in the world right now. I am sending love and comfort to everyone, everywhere. See you in the next post. And if you're ready to make the shift to your ideal weight, health, and overall self, partner with me. Book your free consultation at the website, youarethatone.com. Thank you.